So this one is from Mardo. He says, sometimes when I come up with a fun idea or plan in one of my friends groups other people get credit for it. For example, I recently proposed an idea to my friends that since it is our last year in school, we could build a cradle for the baby of a teacher who we are all really fond of and care about. The idea got picked up and we agreed we would talk about it once finals are closer. Now that the finals are close and the plan got brought up again, the idea got accredited to another person who just accepted the credit but knows I came up with the idea. This has happened in many different times in different scenarios, but the point remains. Should I interrupt the conversation and say the idea was thought of by me? And should I speak with the person who took the idea and the credit, or should I just let it go? I have always let others take the credit in these cases because I feel like I would come out as the bad guy if I said anything, but I do wish to be acknowledged for the things that I think of. What is the right thing to do? Should I keep quiet or should I put my foot down?
Oh, this is so hard because this person's in high school?
It sounds like high school or college.
Yeah, so I don't know that I have the right answer to this one because I think the right answer at different stages in your life is literally the opposite thing. There is a stage in your life, and I suspect the younger you are, the more this is the case, and the shyer you are, the more this is the case, where having a private conversation with the person and letting them know is important because it builds that sense of self-advocacy. Not because you're getting the credit, not because receiving the credit is important, but because standing up for yourself is an important step thing to do. Then there's a stage later in life, depending on where you are at, where the correct answer is to sit back and enjoy that person who clearly desperately needs the credit because they were willing to take credit that they didn't deserve, got it. And to recognize that you already have everything you need. Receiving credit is not going to improve your life in any significant way. Somebody got a cradle, somebody got to feel good, you got to be with your friends. What a win.
Yeah.
And I think you're probably in the first phase, given your age, but it's tough.
Yeah. We're so different. You and I are so different sometimes. So I actually was going to give slightly different advice, which wasn't going to be have a one-on-one conversation.
What were you going to say?
So I was going to say there's two things in my mind that I would do. One is actually similar to what you said. Enjoy that your idea got picked up, right? Like you wanted to make a cradle with your friends and you got to. If I suggest paintball and then we all go paintballing and I get to play paintball with my friends and everyone's like, great idea, Charlie. It's like, I got what I wanted. This is almost better for me. I like the Machiavellian. I liked the idea of incepting my friends.
I got to give you credit here. You are very good at knowing your priorities. And so some people will have a priority which is like, I don't know, get credit or something, and or be seen as the mastermind. And you always were like, no, I want a physical outcome. Like I want us to go to this place. And if I have to convince everyone else that it was their idea and they get the pat on the back, whatever. We went to the place that I wanted to go to.
Yeah, that's my best case scenario. I want to go paintballing and I convince all my friends that it was their idea to go
hiding
paintballing.
under the radar.
And then what I would even do is afterwards, I'd be like,
this was for you.
I'd be like, guys, that was a great idea. Because then I'd make them feel even better because I want to go paintballing a second time. I'd be like, dude, Charlie, that was a great idea. Like, we should definitely go paintballing more often. And then you feel good. Yeah. You don't really remember whose idea it was. But you're like, when we go paintballing, everyone thinks that I'm cool and I get to feel good. And then I just get to sit there like little Machiavelli and be like, so same time next week then, guys. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I think there are people, our friend Austin is like this, that will just get credit for jokes or plans or whatever because they have the reputation of being an awesome person, even if it's not their idea. I'd say rather than go have a one-on-one conversation with this person, try to become that type of person. I would say, why aren't I getting credit for these ideas? Is it because I say them really quietly and then someone else near me hears the idea and repeats it and then that's who gets credit because they say it loudly? Am I not getting credit because in general the group doesn't have a high opinion of me? I would go more towards basic charisma basics and just go, okay, like forget about credit. I'm just going to try to be popular, fun, funny, someone that people like being around. And then I'm going to get the credit because I'll have this higher general command of respect in the group.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I wouldn't worry so much about
fair point.
Having a serious one-on-one with someone because who cares? I mean, obviously you care. I'm not trying to diminish it, but this one instance of credit for the cradle, I think actually won't make you as happy if you got credit for the cradle. That would not make you as happy as if you became the person in the group who was given credit for his ideas because your standing in the group had risen. I actually think that would make you happier. So for your own sake, I would pursue one of those two, either just getting people to do what you want and then getting the joy of the activity, or switching to being more fundamental in terms of what kind of body language, tonality, interactions, jokes will make me a leader and popular, and then I'll get the credit because people will know that I'm the one saying it, and they'll remember.
That's a good point, is that for certain people, it's going to be easier to strip them of credit because they don't have the standing in the group. But you mentioned our friend Austin. I can't imagine that ever happening to him. It would only flow in the direction of him getting credit for things he didn't deserve. No one, if he had said something, it would have stuck in your brain. You remember
he said it because his delivery was loud, confident, with great posture and body language. When you think back to where did that idea come from, you remember Austin delivering it.
Yep.
You know,
and so, you assume that, of course, Austin, he's the cool one.
Of course.
He's the cool one.
He's the team captain. Of course it came from him. So I would, if I were you, I would either just embrace your Machiavellian ability to get people to do things that you like doing, like making cradles or paintballing, or I'd switch into how do I fundamentally forget about credit and just up my charisma such that I will naturally receive my credit.
Cool. You got 3 options. Take the one that
take either of my 2.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.